Hello, I'm Myrna Loy and I hail from the UK. I currently live in the east of England. I decided to dedicate this channel to my poetry, and I might throw in some prose later down the line, depending on how I feel. And because poetry is a large part of my therapy, it's what got me through challenging times, I thought I would share it with you. You might decide to buy one of my books. I have 3 books on poetry. One is Poetry's Promise, which is about my life in poetry. The other one is Poetry's Teacher, which is about my professional life in poetry. And the other one is Spirit of Queens, which was a spirit-led poetry book. And so today I'm going to share with you my first experience at cooking. I left home at 17. I was in love with this man or boy. Well, he was a teenager. I guess he was 19. I was 17. And I ran off to Birmingham to go and be with him. And I didn't know how to cook, well, West Indian food. And so he missed his mum. He missed London. We'd run away because my mother didn't want me to be with him. And so I was to prepare his first Sunday meal, which traditionally is rice and peas and chicken. Well, I didn't have a clue how to do the rice and peas, and I didn't have a clue how to do the chicken, because my mother was the type of person who would say to me, "Look, Myrna, I do not want you to end up in any man's house in the kitchen and the bedroom. So therefore, you don't have no place in the kitchen." And so she'd turf me out. And besides, her cooking was so haphazard anyway. She just used to throw things in ad hoc. She didn't measure anything. Her food always tasted spectacular, but there was no regimen. It was just literally an ad hoc way of cooking. So, the result, first cooking experience. I remember leaving home and living with my spouse. I knew how to wash and clean and tidy up things around the house. So when Sunday morning came, my husband started to tease. "My tummy's really looking forward to Sunday rice and peas." I went into the kitchen and poured kidney beans from a jar. I'd seen my mother doing it, so I imagined copying her. The hard peas clunked to the pot bottom, like stones dropping on the tile. I covered them with water and let them boil a while. And then I took out the bag of rice. The water had turned dark red. It must be time to put the rice in. I'm sure that's what my mother did. When the rice fluffed up, the beans joined in. I put them on his plate. Proud of my first home-cooked meal, I could hardly wait. The chicken was positioned on its side. I presented the plate before him. He scooped up a mouthful on this fork, and I started to grin. And then I watched his face contort. I did not understand. He gagged and spluttered and angrily muttered and spat the rice and peas into his hand. My grin turned into a grimace as the plate collided with the pot. "The bloody peas aren't finished. Them hard like bloody rock. Is what happened? You can't cook." I looked up with great dismay. I picked up the plate from off the floor and threw the food away. The learning from this experience is, when you watch your mum, learn to ask more questions and check to see how it's done. So that was that poem. I don't even know when I wrote that, but I like it. I hope you do too. Bye bye.